Most trucks are getting softer, bigger screens, fake toughness. Marketing built muscle with the soul of an appliance. But one truck just showed up reminding everyone what a full-size pickup is supposed to feel like. And the scary part is, it doesn't even need a V8 to embarrass the old guard. There's something hidden under this thing that completely changes the conversation. This is the new 2026 Toyota Tundra iForce MAX TRD Pro. And no, this isn't another facelift pretending to be innovation. Welcome to my channel. We don't do surface-level reviews here, because once you spend real time around this truck, you realize Toyota didn't just build a tougher Tundra. They built a statement aimed directly at Detroit. The first thing that hits you is the stance. Not flashy, not desperate, deliberate. The body sits wide and planted like it owns the lane before the engine even wakes up. That massive grille doesn't scream for attention, it warns you. Slim LED lighting slices across the front end with this cold, surgical look, while the hood rises high enough to make most crossovers disappear in traffic. And then you notice the proportions. MAX configuration gives it that long, heavyweight silhouette, but the TRD treatment tightens everything visually. The black accents, the aggressive skid plates, the wheel and tire setup that looks ready to leave pavement permanently. Even standing still, the truck carries tension in its bodywork like it's waiting for dirt, snow, rocks, something violent. Around the rear, Toyota keeps it clean but muscular. The tailgate design feels industrial without looking outdated. And the integrated lighting signature at night gives this truck an almost premium presence. Not luxury truck, fake chrome premium. Purpose-built premium. There's a difference. And then you climb inside, and suddenly the Tundra changes character. Most off-road trucks feel like compromises once you shut the door. This doesn't. The cabin feels dense, tight, expensive in the right ways. Soft-touch materials meet rugged textures without trying too hard. And the seating position immediately gives you command of the road. You sit high, but not disconnected. Everything feels engineered around the driver's instincts. The massive infotainment display dominates the dashboard, but thankfully it doesn't overwhelm the cabin. Toyota finally understands restraint. Physical controls still exist where they matter, and the digital systems react quickly instead of making you fight menus while driving. Wireless connectivity, premium audio, surround cameras, it's all here, but none of it feels like the truck's personality depends on tech gimmicks. And the atmosphere matters. The TRD Pro touches give the interior this dark, purposeful vibe. Red stitching, chunky steering wheel, durable surfaces that feel built for actual use instead of dealership photo shoots. You could drive this thing 6 hours across state lines and still want more seat time. But none of that matters until we talk about what's under the hood, because that's where things get serious. Loop planted. Underneath all this aggression sits Toyota's iForce MAX hybrid powertrain. And this is where traditional truck buyers get uncomfortable, because despite losing the old-school V8 soundtrack, this thing delivers around 437 horsepower and a monstrous 583 pound-feet of torque. But numbers alone don't explain the experience. The torque arrives instantly, not dramatically, not theatrically, effortlessly. You squeeze the throttle, and this massive truck moves with shocking urgency, like something much smaller and lighter. The hybrid assistance fills the gaps so smoothly that acceleration feels continuous, almost electric in the way it builds speed. And off-road, that's where the suspension tuning starts making sense. Fox shocks absorb rough terrain without turning the truck into a floating mess on pavement. The body control is tighter than you expect from something this large. You feel weight, sure, but it's controlled weight, deliberate weight. Here's the surprise, though. The craziest thing about this truck isn't the power, it's the silence. At low speeds, the hybrid system makes the Tundra eerily calm, and that changes the entire personality of the truck in traffic and daily driving. Then the twin-turbo V6 wakes up and reminds you this thing can still pull like a freight train. Toyota claims towing figures pushing beyond 11,000 pounds, depending on configuration, and honestly, it feels believable. The chassis never feels overwhelmed. Even under load, the truck stays composed instead of nervous. And somehow, despite all this capability, the Tundra remains easy to live with. The MAX cabin is enormous, Rear passengers actually get real legroom instead of apology space. Storage is intelligently placed, and visibility is surprisingly good for a truck this size. Daily commuting doesn't feel like punishment. Parking is manageable thanks to the camera systems, and highway cruising feels refined enough to rival some luxury SUVs. This isn't the kind of performance that punishes you for living with it. Fuel economy also lands better than most traditional full-size trucks, which matters more now than ever. You get power without constantly feeding a thirsty V8. And for buyers actually using their trucks every day, that changes ownership entirely. Pricing will likely land somewhere around the mid-$70,000 range for a heavily equipped TRD Pro, putting it directly against trucks like the Ford F-150 Raptor and the Ram 1500 TRX replacement territory. But Toyota plays a different game. Ford gives you chaos. Ram gives you drama. Toyota gives you confidence. Long-term confidence. And honestly, that may matter more, because the new Tundra iForce MAX isn't trying to be the loudest truck in the segment. It's trying to be the smartest, powerful truck you can actually trust for the next decade. And that makes it dangerous. This truck might end up being remembered as the moment hybrid technology stopped feeling experimental in full-size pickups and started feeling inevitable. If this video gave you something, hit like. It matters more than you think. Subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Would you still choose a traditional V8 after driving this hybrid monster?